Good evening, everyone. We will open the meeting of the Legal Affairs Committee. The committee tonight shall consist of Councilor Ann Manning Martin, sitting in for Councilor Walsh, Councilor Gould, sitting in for Councilor Garabedian, Councilor Gravel will be the chair, Councilor Turco sitting in for Councilor Mitsoulas, and Councilor McGinn. Also represented here tonight is our esteemed Council President, Councilor Joel Sasslaw. First item on the agenda this evening is the proposed language for an amendment to the zoning ordinance regarding a moratorium on the retail sales of recreational marijuana. I will introduce our esteemed counsel for the City of Peabody, who will give us his language. Councilor Sprzinski.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, thank you for allowing me to come. I believe by the communication of March 6, you have draft language for a temporary moratorium on the sale and distribution of recreational marijuana. I just want to tell you that that was extracted as part of the model legislation recommended by the Mass Municipal Lawyers Association, of which I am a member. I can tell you that another number of communities have proceeded through this process, and I want to alert you to two separate procedures. When a town undertakes a bylaw, as opposed to a city undertaking an ordinance change, that bylaw has to be reviewed by the Attorney General's office. So a number of weeks ago, West Bridgewater, as a town, passed a moratorium, and it was reviewed by the Attorney General's office. An opinion was actually issued, and I think that was disseminated to the members, authorizing an extension of time until June of 2018. What I can tell you is that a number of municipalities have made inquiry of a further extension. And one of the bases for that extension is the fact that the West Bridgewater decision in time frame corresponds to when the regulations are expected to come out from the Cannabis Control Commission. With that commentary, and as a product of a number of groups participating in the debate, the Attorney General's office has disseminated a sentiment that in a further extension to the end of December 2018 would be acceptable to them. They feel it is not subject to a valid legal challenge. The author of the West Bridgewater decision, who's the chief of the municipal law division of the Attorney General's office, spoke with me today, confirming that if we were to amend the draft here and add another 6 months on to it, it is acceptable in their eyes. There's one caveat. It presents a small modicum of risk. Nonetheless, it's a little bit of a risk. I don't think it's something that's going to tip the scales. But because it's a city ordinance, which is not reviewed by the Attorney General's office, we don't have the benefit of an opinion like a town would in validating its legality. In any event, it's up to you, but you can use and take what you have here with the existing deadline, or I can very much tell you that it's a calculated and good risk to extend it to December because it makes sense relative to the regulations. And if you remember the commentary of Council Wall and other councilors, the existing legislation talks of municipalities holding a referendum to determine whether they want to opt in or opt out of recreational marijuana at the next state biennial election. which actually forecloses us from doing something in December. We're hoping for an amendment that allows you to do it during a municipal election, but since that's not the law, and we don't know what's going to happen, by doing this further extension, we put the moratorium out beyond when we could actually have a referendum that would be legally consistent with existing law and the state biennial election timeframe. So that's my commentary.
Motion to accept and approve and move forward the language as is with the December 2018 deadline, end date for this, as opposed to the June 30th, which we had originally opted, but changed it to December 2018. So moved.
You've heard the amendment to the motion by Councilor Ann Manning Martin. Any comments on the motion? Mr. Mayor, would you?
If I could, Mr. Chairman, I wanted to thank Councilor Manning Martin. She had texted me yesterday. I was actually at a water park with the kids for school vacation week, and I just got back a couple of hours ago, but she texted me information that she obtained that was very helpful. I asked Attorney Smozinski to reach out to the Attorney General's office, and the information was right on in terms of moving it out till the end of December, which I am in full agreement with, but I wanted to thank her.
Thank you, if I may. Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate that very much. That information came from the Mass Municipal Association meetings, of which I'm the representative for our district, which is District 3, so it's very helpful. So I'm going to try to get the information out to all you folks as it comes in, which is, that's the information that I just got last week, so I forwarded along to the mayor. So it's a very helpful meeting and information, so I appreciate you very much taking action on that, Mayor, so thank you.
Any further comments, questions? Seeing none, we'll have a roll call. Wow, I get to do Tim's job too. I like everything tonight. Councilor Manning Martin.
Yes.
Councilor Gould.
Yes.
Councilor Turco.
Yes.
Councilor McGinn.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion passes 5-0. There are no other items on the agenda, so I would accept the motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.